Peter, a bit of a sore one. What's your thoughts?
God, you do everything. Come up here to prepare for the game, and then within the first minute, a silly mistake gives away a penalty, and you're left mountain to climb. Then the game, you get back into the game. You have a great opportunity with Keane. Get down the side of the box, makes a good opportunity. The keeper makes a great save. Trying to build a little bit of momentum in that first half, and then we make another really bad mistake in the midfield. 2-0 down going at half time. I think it gifted the opposition the goals. Second half, then you're saying, right, we need to go out and really, put Peterhead under pressure, and we failed to do that. The whole half played in our half, played the ball around the back. Never really played the other side of the game, turning them around, playing in behind their centre backs or getting good balls up to Brennan. We did it 2 or 3 times, but that's not enough. I can't remember many opportunities in that first or second half. Brennan had one shot going wide. I think Liam nearly got on the end of one. Kai gets in, doesn't really make a decision to make a pass, and then Jack Stott, I didn't really see what happened with Jack Stott, where he's one-on-one with the keeper. He gets booked for diving. We didn't do enough, and then to lose a goal from a set piece, which is criminal, free header in the box against one of the best headers of the ball in Brown. So Peterhead have had a very, very easy day, I would say. I think the 2 centre backs, Steele and Brown, have had a very easy day, and that's not down to Brennan Dickinson. That's down to our players not giving us enough supply, asking their defenders to defend. And I'm really, really disappointed for any of the fans that have travelled up today. I know we didn't have a lot because it's a long way to go and it's a 5:30 kick-off, but that was a tough watch for our fans.
It was a tough watch, but nobody can argue really. That's their first win over Queen's ever in their history, and nobody can argue with that. They certainly deserved it. Yeah, because of the stupid mistake we make in the first minute, giving away a penalty. Peterhead are unbeaten here this season. We give away a penalty in the first minute, give them a lift. It's a mountain to climb for us. Then we make a silly mistake, and so I feel we gifted them 2 goals, but they've earned the right because they forced us into the mistakes. That's what we never did to Peterhead in the second half. Never pushed the game in their half, camped them in, made them make a mistake. We never did that at all, and I felt we were too easy to play against. They never seemed to get out of first gear. They never seemed to get, there wasn't any real spell in the game where they seemed to get out of first gear.
Fair enough. I think the first half, it's easy enough to say was we're 2-0 down, but if you take those 2 goals out of it, we had the majority of the play. They just played up to Shanks, who worked tirelessly on his own up top. He was able to win the first header and then go and get the second header. Just silly things like that. But we were making silly errors, really silly errors from what are good players. So there's probably that little bit of confidence affected, and that needs to be addressed. But I don't think Peterhead didn't get out of first gear. I think they just worked really, really hard and picked up every second ball and played quite well, and our lads didn't. There was no urgency in our lads to score a goal. Felt like we were happy enough to keep possession, but we didn't go anywhere with that possession. We then lose the ball, and they're in our half easy, and in a position where they're around our box. Now that's a coaching thing. That's my fault. But again, at half time we do say, I believe in the players. We need to go out the second half and show, because the next goal is going to count if we get that goal. But we never actually made them defend that goal, put their bodies on the line for us to have shots. We played in our own half rather than playing in the opposition's half, and we've been addressing that for the last few weeks. We like to pass the ball, but passing the ball means you're passing the ball to get out or to get somewhere. I thought we got great joy in the first half with Mikey Hewitt getting out high up on the right side, and we had a couple of half chances and got balls into the box and made them defend. Second half we didn't do that, and that's the That's the most disappointing thing. The mistakes we don't want to make them, but they were mistakes. Second half, we had 45 minutes to go and put the opposition team under pressure, and we never did that.
Can you pinpoint why?
So, when I think the players wanted, because it was a bit of a to and fro game, probably our players wanted to have a touch of the ball. So our wingers and our midfielders are coming to try and get a touch of the ball, but we need to be playing higher up. But then the quality, if we're going to ask those midfielders and wingers to play higher, the quality needs to be up from our defenders to be able to play good balls up to the front men or in behind, and to make the opposition defenders run back towards their own goal and kick it out of play, and then we can maintain pressure in their half. But we didn't do that. We were probably our good players on the ball wanted to get a touch of the ball, when sometimes you just have to play percentage football, play to the side of the game. I think I seen the Cove and Stenhousemuir game, the stats for that. Stenhousemuir won a game 1-0 by a penalty, had 2 shots. I think it was when I looked at it, that was before the game. 2 shots and one was on target, but they've won a game 1-0. We didn't have that many shots on target, and that's the problem. We need to create more, but obviously make the opposition defend. We didn't do that today.
You talked here about confidence as well. Winning breeds confidence. So you want to get picking up results again soon.
Winning breeds confidence, but the players have a responsibility to not let mistakes affect them. Not just our players, every player, every professional player, every amateur player, to not let mistakes affect you. The best players in the world will make mistakes, but just the mistakes are gone. That's what they do next, and most of the time what they do next is really good. And then you do 3, 4, 5 good things, then your confidence is back, chest is out. But if you make 4, 5, 6 mistakes in a row, players can go under. And when I say go under, they let that affect them, and then they maybe don't want the ball, or maybe they don't choose the right options. And that's the thing we're saying. I've addressed it in there as well, that you can't let mistakes affect you. Everybody in the world, but no matter what you do, you're going to make mistakes, but it's what you do after that. But we made far too many individual errors. Ended up chasing the game. Then we had players trying to do other people's jobs because they're frustrated and they're running out of position and getting picked off, which is really good for Peterhead, but not good for us. But we need to make sure that we're so much better than that. But you should be able to play a game and have a bad game and still get a win, or still get a draw. Not play really pretty football, but still get a draw, still get a win, and mix the both. At the moment, we're trying to be too nice, too soft, and we're getting found out.
Jack Hanna going off. Was there concern over him?
Jack didn't train all week. He didn't train all week. Bad. He didn't play last week. He didn't train all week this week with his toe. Got an injection on Thursday. Didn't train yesterday because it was really sore. Came up today and wanted to play for the team and the club, and tried it, but he's obviously got caught and got hurt. So we'll see how he is come Monday. We've got a couple of other little bumps and bruises, but we'll see what we're like on Monday.
And not a lot of recovery time because it's Hamilton on Friday night.
Yeah, and then Hamilton have got a really good result today. The 4-0 against Montrose, doing really well. They had a really good result against us the last time, so we need to make sure that we're away from home again, and we need to make sure that we're 100 times better than what we were today. Because Hamilton will be riding high in confidence, top of the league. I think it's going to be a tough game.
They probably are the informed team at the moment in the division, Hamilton.
Yep, so again, it's going to be a tough game, but we need to just make sure that we are fully prepared, fully up for it, and doing the right things. Because we played against Alloa, and I was delighted with the Alloa. It was a horrible game. Again, like I said, that's a game where there's not much in it. It's a horrible game. Comes down to a set piece, and we win that game. We've gone right to the end as a team, stuck together, gone right to the end, and we got a goal. Stranraer, we went there. We're gone right to the end, got a goal at the end. Today, there was just nothing in that second half to give the fans something to cheer about, to give the players something to go, right, let's keep this going. And I thought Peterhead, their tails were up. we kept making mistakes, allowing them easy possession, and I think they found it easy. But when you break it down, 2 mistakes in a set piece that we don't mark, you know, they're things we can really do something about. But the 3-0 looks really bad.